Hello guys, today we are going to talk about something crucial, which is the red flags in print on demand that could waste your time. I've helped over 1,000 people make their first print on demand sale, but I've also seen a lot of people fall for the wrong opportunities. So what we're going to do today is you're going to see I tried a little presentation on Canva. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if you like it. But I'm going to share with you some red flags, and then you'll want to make sure you stick around until the end because I'm going to share the simple strategy that consistently gets awesome results without falling for any of these traps. With that said, let's get into number one. I've got 7 different things that just say stay away. First is, people often say you need to have expensive design software. You need to get Photoshop or fancy equipment or whatever when creating print on demand. I've seen YouTubers say, they've actually directly said, you don't need to have simple designs, blah, blah, blah. And I'll get into that a little bit more. They say to focus on quality, but my reality that I see all the time is simple designs sell better. I've got a whole laundry list of people that have posted that the simple designs sell better. I'm actually thinking of making like photo albums just to share with you guys all the proof here. Maybe I should. Feel free to leave a comment. Tell me about that too. And I know I recently did a video showing some examples of that, but there are plenty of successful designs that are super simple, so you don't need to have anything expensive. If you're in side-loading system, I even got a software created for you, Pixplosion, that you can use. The next red flag is that you need to spend thousands on ads. So I know that there are gurus that push heavy ad spend, or if you create your own store, which we'll get into later, like a Shopify thing, I know you need to spend money on ads for those kind of things. But I don't spend any money on ads on Etsy. I've never been able to make it profitable. I do spend money on ads on Amazon after a design has proven itself, but that's because it works so well. But we have a lot of people that don't use ads, and that's fine. You don't need to. What we do to get traffic is we go after long tail keywords. I've made videos on this, but we go after long strings of things that people are looking for. For example, soccer mom travel mug or something versus some kind of super competitive thing. When you go after more long tail niches that there's a lot less people looking, that's how you're going to stand out without paying for the ads. You're going to leverage Amazon, Etsy, eBay, all these places that have spent so much money bringing customers. We're just going to go on their hard work. We're going to bring long tail keywords, and that's kind of the strategy. Next, red flag number 3 is that you need to build your own website first. I have created print-on-demand websites, and I've had varying success, but nothing as big as selling on Amazon, Etsy, eBay. I think starting with your own site is kind of backwards because there's a lot of hidden costs. There's website maintenance that you don't necessarily think about. There's apps. There's all kinds of things. The better approach is going with these established marketplaces that have spent a lot of money bringing in customers and then go after their traffic. I mean, on Amazon, it's free to list your products. You could do the $40 a month Amazon Pro, but it's not needed. On Etsy, it's 20 cents per listing. Like, go to those places without having to worry about getting a whole bunch of traffic on your own. By traffic, I mean website visitors. Next, you should follow the chase every trend trap. Now, I know there are people that say, go after the holidays, do this, go after the trends, keep an eye on the news, see what's going on, make designs based on that. I think that's exhausting. If it's fun for you, do it in your 10 to 20% playtime, but I don't love doing it. It's tiring. You can risk having copyright issues. I think there's a lot of power in evergreen niches and just going after things that are going to sell year round. So making mugs for engineers and plumbers and mom and grandma and Gigi and all the things that might spike during Christmas, but they're also going to sell year round. That gives you kind of a calmer nervous system and year round sales ideally. Next, we have the perfect design paralysis. I have seen people talking about spending weeks to create one design, like I was mentioning before with the YouTubers, and talking about how it doesn't make sense to throw spaghetti against the wall. I think it's glorious to do that. Quantity, in my experience, beats perfection every time. And it's not about spamming, it's about numbers. It just makes sense. I mean, I read a book that talked about even the greatest artists. A lot of them created a ton of quantity, and then from that the quality was pulled. I think Picasso has so many pieces of work that we just don't know about because certain ones were pulled out, but you make a lot, you see what people respond to. And I always say, like, you can go into things, expect to fail a lot of the time, that's fine, we're just doing the numbers. The success comes through like volume. Red flag number 6 is that you need to stick to one platform. So just Etsy, just Amazon, just eBay. I think that makes you put all of your eggs in one basket. If you want to start with one, get to know that, and then go to another one, great. But I like going on multiple different platforms, and this way you've got options for different places. You might have buyers that like your designs more one place than another. I mentioned in another video, my Etsy sales are going down, but my Amazon sales are going up. If I wasn't on both of those platforms, I wouldn't know that, right? And what if I was only on Etsy at that point? That would not be ideal, you know? So I would say you want to go on smart platforms like Amazon, Etsy, eBay, perhaps Walmart. I'm still doing my testing with that. Perhaps TikTok, doing some testing with that. Fair, Redbubble, there's different types of places. Just sticking all your eggs in one basket, I don't think is the way to go. Next is build complicated marketing funnels. Now, I know a lot of people like to have these super intricate marketing funnels where if this happens, then this, and that happens, then that, and it's so super sophisticated. That's not really the vibe that I would aspire to if I were you. I think simple works better. Just pop your sites, your products on these e-commerce sites, Amazon, Etsy, eBay, etc. Let them do the work, focus on fundamentals. Later on, if you want to scale up and do all the fancy whiz-bang stuff, go for it. But I really think you want to just keep it as simple as possible, because it's like when you have too many things going on, it can be really hard to focus on the 80-20, the things that are actually going to get you results. So now let's move over to the solutions section here and what actually works in print on demand. So first, simple designs. I mentioned it before, text-based only for me is great. And you want to make sure that these designs are solving specific problems. What I mean is, let's say a knitter, someone who has a knitting friend wants to get a great gift for their friend. Cool, that's something they're gonna solve. Versus just making kind of general phrases or simple designs by black text, super easy. I really like that a lot more than introducing colors and elements and all these things, because a lot of times people don't like all those extra elements and then they don't buy. Another thing that works, multiple platforms for stability. As I said before, switch it up to different things, and then you never know which one might take off. Long tail keywords instead of expensive ads, just kind of the opposite of what I was saying before. Volume over perfection. I see so many people that get stuck in perfection and needing things to be great, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen comments in the Facebook group where people say, this design I never thought would do well at all was crushing it for me. It's just a thing. It happens. So volume over perfection, just get a bunch of products out there. And again, evergreen niches over trends. You want to spend some time playing, going into trends. They can be very profitable, but they sometimes aren't. And so building yourself, I want you to have the most stable base possible using this. So what's next? If you would like to learn the exact system that I've used to help over 1,000 people post inside the Facebook group and say that they have made their first sale, and you don't want to fall for any of those traps, then check out my low-hanging system course. It's going to be in the description below. In there, we focus on simple designs that anyone can create. We focus on no ad spend required, multiple platforms, proven evergreen niches, and long tail keyword success. Don't waste any time falling for the wrong opportunities. You want to learn the system that actually works. So drop a comment below if you've encountered any of these red flags. I read all the comments. I love hearing your experiences. And again, if you're not in low-hanging system yet, I'll have a link underneath this video and you can sign up. See you there.